Hi, this is Nasura, and today is again the 15th of July. And after that ordeal with my luggage being stolen and the police discriminating and not even closing my phone, I just thought, oh, I just need to just get some air. And I actually went to a historic part of Spain, which is really nice. It's close to Cordoba, but just before, and you might see a little bit more here, the Paragiro, but it's just a small area, and I happen to see this beautiful park, which is always nice, and I smelled these flowers, and I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. And then as I walked past, this is just the beauty of Spain, the Holy Land. This is, and what they call Andalusia, Spain. And, you can just look above you, and here you have olive trees. I don't know if you can see the bud, but it's a olive, And then I look over here, and I'm just like, oh, this is so blessed. And there's more olives. Wait. These usually dates. Wait. These look like, usually you see dates up high, but these are olives here. So, I don't know. It looks like olives, but they might be, you see date trees, palm trees, but this is very typical of some of the beauty that you find here in blessed land. The rose trees, bushes, the olives, the dates, just a lot of the Allah's mercy and bounty on an area. And no matter what happens, you always have to just keep in mind that it's there, and you can see it in nature. Just smelling the ambiance and elegance of a flower uplifts the spirit, so that's always good. It just brings happiness. So that, in any given situation. So sometimes I just like to go past nature and just see some of the beauty of what is created, and the smell of the fresh air. This is an area I have not yet traveled to. I did want to travel to much of Spain, and so after the ordeal of somebody actually stealing, I decided I would see a different area, not far from the area I was in, but I think this is just a statue of something that someone actually created. But it's just a little bit more of Spain. I'm really looking at nature, but hopefully I get a chance to see the real historic area, and I may just travel to visit that area tomorrow. And the sun is always shining bright. It's just like beaming so bright, which is blessed. So again, this is Nasura Wright. I will update you guys. The hotel didn't do anything for me. I mean, they treated me as if I committed something wrong by them taking my things. So that will, and I had to just say, how many hotels are there in Spain? And he's like 73. So you mean out of 73 hotels, you couldn't accommodate me for the night stay after my luggage was stolen? And they're like, someone from the hotel turned around and got on the phone after he tried to speak with them to see what could be done, and they personally made whatever reference, so they weren't very positive towards me after what happened, and they were unwilling to show any video of who took what. So it's kind of like the hotel was not outside of the situation, but they were very much involved, because the normal scenario would be to show the person what's going on, to show any video that was that occurred, and just to try to bring peace, that the person on your property lost something. Well, I'm sorry, not lost something. My items were stolen, luggage and purse. I mean, and I think that it was kind of. I felt kind of, taken by the fact that the police did not respond on the call of her telling that, I guess, items were stolen, but when she made the Karen call, they immediately came out. Oh, I feel like you're calling me, you're trying to say I'm a racist. So they came out for that, but the actual crime that was committed against me, and me just wanting her to call someone, because I was used to that being the situation that usually happens when another person is victimized by some criminal action. The police have to come out and investigate the situation. But they were ready to come out on a call of her saying she felt like she was discriminated against. And then when they came out, they were talking about me in a very negative manner. And it seemed like it was all about my scent rather than about the crime that was committed. And these people have just tried desperately to prove or explain away the medical fraud that they've done, making lies about me. And if it's the fact that they have to steal all my luggage and make lies about me and get the police who didn't respond until 4 or 5, 6 hours later, and you heard her say that they did not come out, then and he closed my phone so he wouldn't be videotaped stating whatever he had to say to me. So it was very shady as Grady, and so I just I don't expect anything more from Spain after I seen the Negro of Biolis hanging in the museum, taxidermy, who was a former king in my family. I don't expect to see them be just if they're not a just people. And I don't, some people here are very nice and kind and have good intentions, but there's people that are very much about stealing history and applying it to themselves. And although they very much talk about Miriam, they don't like the fact that Miriam is my color. They don't like that what the true Miriam represents, even though they know it to be true. Some of them just don't like it, and they're trying their best to try to make it something outside of that. They have my family members dressed up in makeup like they're Caucasians. I mean, why do they have to do that? That makes no sense to me. They should be able to walk in, and even if they're going to, wear act, why would they have to act and change and get their nose changes and appear to be a whole different race of people? And they're from the royal family. I find that to be a grave insult to their own heritage. What is the matter with the features that they have? What was the matter? Why do they have to get nose jobs and dye their hair and try to blend in with the people of Spain? It couldn't just be who they are, or at least if you want to change, you can be your own color, and you play an act. But why would you want to change your whole look to blend in with a whole nother race, like you're becoming a whole nother race, leaving a whole other race, substantiating the race that stole history and leaving the people who really have the history in the lurch? And the queen, who I am, Miriam, who's representing the people, you're oppressing and doing everything you can to try to denigrate and, discredit. So I find that to be alarming, that people of color could go to these extremes for acceptance. And I think it's an outcry for people that have suffered so much that they will not cry and tell you, but it is an outcry. Because people should be, the Most High made different colors for different reasons and different races. So people should be, comfortable to be who they are. And so I'm just saying that to just let you guys know that, outside of the varying things that occur, you should always look to self and for reassurance, and look to your Creator for reassurance. You don't have to go to outside of who you are to be assured about who you are. It's within you. And I'm happy with my skin. I'm happy with who I am. I, in fact, am very joyful about who I am, and I like people that are different. I have no problem with the differences, but I do have a problem with people who have strived so hard to change the face of history, and have done so many treacherous things in the meanwhile, in trying to change that history to a certain people, including oppressed. And so that's the important point here, is to try to look within and not try to be other than who you are and how you were created, but be the best of what you are. He created you, but you can excel in who you are, and still be in your own skin. You don't have to change your skin or your nose or try to appear to be somebody else in order to be the best of who you are. You, the best of who you are in your own right, the way you are and how you look and how you were created. So that is a self-awareness that needs a call and a cry that needs to be kind of spoken out there on the earth. And I hope that my family understands that, although they think it's entertainment and production to do such a thing, but it's not when you are perpetrating this against your own family members, and you're helping to oppress your own people, and you're helping to substantiate the history that's been changed over the years, and the lies that's been told over the years. It's okay if you're in a play and you're just playing out a role. It's not okay when you're playing this role against your own family and your own people, and it's hurting them, or it's destroying the face of history, or it's taking away from an understanding of truth. Then there's a concern here. So that's all I have to say for now, but I'll update you guys on anything else new that transpire. And I want to say salams to everyone, and despite any situation you're in, always look at the brighter side, because Allah is merciful, your Creator is great, and He brings all the bounty and the blessings, and He tests us in many situations. So peace. Bye. Take care.